Sai Ram. Swami is the Sanatana Sarathi. He is the eternal charioteer. And Mr. Padmanabhan got the opportunity to be his charioteer, his Sarathi, his chauffeur. How that happened is a beautiful story, and let us drink in the nectarous bliss of that story. That on the 11th of July 1991, Padmanabhan became one of the drivers at Prashanti Travels. As he embarked on the Bhakti Yoga, he was given the chance to serve Swami's Bhaktas, his devotees. His job consisted of transporting devotees up and down to Parthi, from Parthi to Bangalore, to different places that Swami would visit. And it became so intense that on many occasions he would miss darshan and bhajans because he would be serving the devotees. And he used to often wonder, Swami, I came here so that I can see you more and have your darshan and be with you, but I'm not getting the chance to be with you. But dear brothers and sisters, that is what it is. Serve the bhaktas and the Lord is served. Serve Manava and Madhava gets served. Service to man is service to God. Jana Seva is Janardana Seva. Swami says, yes. Serve, love all and serve all, and that reaches Swami. And that is what Padmanabhan was made to realize. Though he didn't understand it at that point in time, he kept yearning and pining and craving for a chance to see Swami, to touch Swami, to speak to Swami, because all the time was being spent with devotees in transporting them. In the summer, the Prashanti Travels would shift to Bangalore, Brindavan, because that is where Swami would be. And on some rare days, Padmanabhan managed to have darshan of Swami. On one such day, it was the 21st of March, and Padmanabhan was yearning and praying and craving for an opportunity to interact with Swami. That day, even as Swami came for darshan, from a distance of more than 20 meters, Swami began to look directly at him. He kept looking at him, and even as Padmanabhan realized this, a nervous and excited energy began to pulsate within him. He pulled out a small photograph of Swami that was in his pocket and began to pray to Swami, saying, Swami, please call me in, speak to me, I want one more interview. Sure enough, Swami came straight to him and Swami said, I will call you tomorrow, be ready. And Swami walked on. Just imagine this. He is in the physical presence of Swami, and yet he pulled out a photograph to pray to Swami. Because dear brothers and sisters, even if the avatar comes in a physical form, the way we connect to the avatar is from the heart. It is only when Draupadi called out to the Hridayavasi Krishna that Krishna's response was immediate. The form comes to instill faith and love for the omnipresent form in the heart. The next day, Padmanabhan was very, very excited and he awaited Swami to come and call him for an interview. But strangely, that day Swami completely ignored him, didn't even look at him. And the darshan got complete and no interview call came. Instead, the work call came. Padmanabhan was told that there was a devotee who had to travel to Puttaparthi immediately and he had to take him. So reluctantly and with a lot of disappointment, Padmanabhan went and took the devotee along. And when they went to Puttaparthi, he stayed in the car itself, spent the whole night in the car as the devotee finished all his tasks that had to be done. The next day, early in the morning, he was sleeping in the car and he was woken up by this devotee who said, we have to leave immediately to Brindavan. I want to reach Brindavan before Swami's darshan. I want to have darshan there. Mr. Padmanabhan had not had his bath, had not completed his ablutions, nothing. But he just said, okay, let's leave. And immediately they left and they reached Brindavan 4 hours later. It was evident that Swami had come out for darshan, and even as the car was near the gate, the devotee said, stop here, I am rushing in. He stopped, halted the car and rushed in for darshan. Padmanabhan was thinking, can I also go for darshan? Because first of all, I don't get darshans at all. But I have not had bath, I have not done my ablutions. After debating for a few moments, he decided, Darshan is most important. So just park the car and he rushed in. Can you believe it? On this day, Swami comes straight to him and tells him, go in for interview. And therefore, Padmanabhan, who had not had his bath, who was not ready, who was the least prepared, gets an interview. With God, we have to be always prepared. We have to be always prepared. We don't know when the opportunity will come, and whenever it comes, we should be prepared to grab it with both hands. That interview was a very, very special one because Padmanabhan opened up his heart. He said, Swami, please give me faith. Grant me faith. When he asked this to Swami, Swami's face became a little bit small. It looked as if Swami was sad. Swami said, you don't have faith in Swami? Padmanabhan now opened up his heart even more and he said, Swami, unfortunately, no, I keep getting doubts. But there is one thing, Swami, I love you so much. Swami, I love you so much. I just can't think of a life without you. I can't think of spending a day without you. I love you so much, Swami. But it is true that I don't have faith. And he broke down telling this. Even as he broke down, it looked as if Swami was very much at peace now. Swami was no longer sad, no longer worried. Because you know what, dear brothers and sisters, for Swami what matters is that love. Faith is something that we need for our uplift. God does not need our faith. If you have love, it's enough. That is what Swami had told one student, one of my classmates, Harish, brother Harish. Swami told him, even if you don't have faith, doesn't matter. If you have love, that's enough. Love, love, love. That is the only thing the Lord hungers for, that the Lord thirsts for. Swami waved his hand and created a ring in which there was a bust of Swami in the Abhayasta pose. He put it on Padmanabhan's ring finger. And even as he put that, Padmanabhan was overwhelmed. The love came surging. He didn't know what to do. His body and mind were not under his control. He did something that is unimaginable, possibly audacious. He got up on his knees, just embraced Swami. Said, Swami, I love you so much. Swami too embraced him back. What a blessing, what a blessing. That was that special interview where Swami made it clear to Padmanabhan that though you don't get the chance to be near to me, you're very dear to me. You're very close to my heart. That was his experience as his heart and Swami's heart came millimeters of each other, beating in unison. His heart beating for Swami, Swami's heart beating for him. That is how life continued. But after that day, on many occasions, Swami, while passing by Padmanabhan, whenever he was there in darshan, Swami would point to the heart and ask, is it fine? Are you okay? Meaning, has your faith grown? Has your faith stabilized? And Padmanabhan would either keep silent or he would smile. It was like a personal doctor inquiring on a daily basis about the patient's well-being. Finally, a couple of years later, many experiences later, this was a period where Padmanabhan had multiple experiences, and possibly, let's do another video on those experiences themselves. But because of those experiences, that faith grew. He was now convinced that Swami is the supreme Lord of the universe. And finally a day came when Swami asked, how is the heart? Padmanabhan could smile and say, yes, Swami, I have faith. I have complete faith now. That was the moment, possibly when Padmanabhan, having transitioned from a karma yogi to the bhakti yoga, was now moving ahead, getting samipyam of the Lord. It was the year 1994, and once again this was in Vrindavan. Swami wanted to go to the Rajmata's house. And the way Swami had designed, master planned that day, Mr. Balram, who used to drive Swami around in Vrindavan and Bangalore, was not present. Mr. Rajendran, another driver who used to drive Swami around, was also not present. So Swami called a student, Sanjeev, and told him, "Go, fetch the driver, I want to go to the Rajmata's house." And Sanjeev comes back to Swami and says, "Swami, only Padmanabhan is there, shall I call him?" Swami says, "Can he drive foreign cars?" Because Swami had a Jaguar at that time, a maroon Jaguar. And then the student replied, "Swami, he has maintained and driven foreign cars in foreign countries. He can easily manage this car." Swami smiled and said, "Call him." And that was how, for the very first time in his life, in the year 1994, Padmanabhan got the opportunity to be the Sarathi for the Sanatana Sarathi. He sat in all alertness in the car waiting for Swami to come. And as Swami sat in the back seat, he had darshan through the rear view mirror. That rear view mirror had now become a rare view mirror. Very rare to get darshan like that. Just imagine looking into a mirror and seeing Swami. Wow! That was the rare view that Padmanabhan had. It took just 3 minutes for him to drive to the Rajmata's home. And as Swami went inside to interact with the family, he continued sitting in the car. His whole hand was trembling, his body was trembling with delight, excitement and joy. He just could not comprehend and understand what a blessing that had been given to him. Swami was in that home for almost an hour, but that hour flew like this. And when Swami came back again, another 3 minutes of highest bliss as Padmanabhan drove Swami back to Trai Brindavan in the ashram. And that was the beginning. There was no looking back after that. Padmanabhan, within a matter of few weeks, had become Swami's driver. And the experiences that followed were tremendous, beautiful, uplifting and insightful. As I said, we shall reserve them for another video. But what we learn from Padmanabhan's life is that even if we don't have faith in Swami as God, it's enough if we have love. If we nurture that love and grow it into a magnificent conflagration, that love will automatically confer faith. And vice versa. If we feel that we don't feel love for Swami, if we have faith in him, that's enough. That faith will bring experiences and that will lead to growth of love in the heart. What if we have neither faith nor love? Then it's time to read the Sathya Sai Speaks. Volume 1, Volume 2, whichever. Read it, read Swami's words, listen to his words. When we saturate ourselves with Swami, naturally we will get love for Swami. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that it all begins with the mind, the senses getting attracted towards something. Slowly attachment grows, that attachment leads to anger or greed and ultimately the destruction of the intellect. But what if we turn the senses and mind towards Swami? Just like that leads to a negative cycle, this will lead to a positive cycle of attachment and love for Swami. And that is why we should listen to his discourses, which are now available at the press on our mobile phone. We will be able to hear Swami. With one touch and a visit to a website, we can read his words, his discourses. Dear Swami, may we grow in our love for you. May we see you in every moment of our life, so that one day we also get the opportunity to be your driver as you sit in the center of our heart. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.